Hey there, it's Michaela from Ascend Smarter Intervention. Today I wanted to walk you through sound symbol knowledge as well as syllable division and show you a quick glimpse as to what kind of resources we have in our membership site to help you with both of those target skills. So when you log into our membership site, this is what you'll see. You're going to want to start by just scrolling down and finding structured literacy sound symbol knowledge. Now to touch on sound symbol knowledge for a quick minute, if you've worked with us before or you've read our blogs or seen our lessons, you know that this is a huge component to our work that we do with students. We know that in order for them to read and spell fluently, they need to have good sound symbol knowledge, which means they're going to see a phonogram, like CK, and recognize immediately that it says K. As we progress through our lessons, we always try to reinforce this knowledge by doing explicit teaching methods as well as systematic review. So as you start to work through the resources, you'll see that we've got a number of different things in here. When you click on the first one, you'll find the downloads beneath each of these pictures or thumbnails. Some will have videos. If we did, you'd see a play button right in the middle of the screen there to help you along with your lesson planning or to just give you a quick glimpse into that specific resource. If you have questions or you'd like to request a video for any of them, please let us know. We're constantly adding things in here, so we're happy to try to get more of that in there for you as well. When you click on the download, it'll pop up in your downloads. I've already pulled it up, and you'll be immediately able to print the resource and go ahead and use it in your instruction. This first one that I pulled is our consonant and digraph interactive notebook pages. So you can kind of see in the picture here that you'll have different pages that you can print off and glue into a notebook that your students can interact with and use. So to explain how we use it, we have an instruction page for every single resource, and then you'll print these off. So you'll see that you'll cut on the dotted lines and you'll have a consonant, a keyword and image that matches it, as well as some pages to get your students in the habit of writing the letters or the digraphs there. You can use this how you need. If your students are in the place where they're starting to write sentences, they can write a sentence next to it, they can write words, whatever you need there. Now to get from resource to resource, you can either go back into the membership site or just click next. We have an alphabet arc in here for you. So you can see that we've already printed these off and aligned them so your students can use either alphabet magnets and put them on top of the letters. They can practice writing their letters. We also have capitals here. Now if we go back into that membership site and we scroll down to our sound symbol knowledge, after those first two resources, you'll see that we have a resource that aligns with every single phonogram, and we've divided them up into different syllable type units. We love to do this in our instruction because it allows us to teach the students the bigger picture or the entire syllable type rule, and then break it down into the more specific phonogram rules within each syllable type. So you'll have your overview here for closed syllables, and then each of the phonograms we teach in that syllable type. We've got our magic E below it, bossy R. You can see that they progressively get harder, open, and then vowel teams, and our complex sounds down below. Now for every single phonogram, like I mentioned earlier, we explicitly teach these in our lessons. We also love systematic review. So as I'm working through, if I notice that a student, let's say we're in bossy R already, are misspelling a lot of their floss words, which we learned up here in closed syllables, to start that lesson or to end that lesson, I can pull a floss game. So we have a quick way to review those skills and review those words without having to go back and do an entire lesson. It's also great for engagement. Our students love games. It's a sneaky way that we can get some review into our sessions without them knowing that they're learning. So every single one of our games will have an instruction page here that explains exactly how we use it. If there's a game board, you'll have that to print off, and then we have our game cards. We always recommend printing them double-sided as well as laminating them. That way they just last a little bit longer. And you can use it however you need. So like I said, you've got the instructions here for your students. But if there's a day that you don't feel like that game is the best for your students, or they're not loving the Crazy 8 version of the game, they'd rather play something else, you can differentiate it however you need. So oftentimes with these games, if I don't remember how to play, I will just quickly pull the cards and say, we're going to play Go Fish. So they need to ask, do you have any ending cards or any ending cards, any endings? And we'll just play a quick game of Go Fish. They're still seeing and using those floss endings. They're still recognizing those. If you have a student that has trouble with their short vowel sounds, you can say, do you have any ah cards or any ah cards? Eh. You can play this as a sort and sort through real words and nonsense words, however you feel like it's going to best help your student. So once you've gone through the sound symbol knowledge section of the membership site, we'll go back so we can see. As you scroll past all of those, you'll see that we also have our syllable division. Within every syllable type, we always teach our students our syllable division rules as long as they're at a place where they're ready for multisyllabic words. Because we know that as they get more syllable types under their belt and they can practice those, they're going to be able to then encode and decode far more advanced words with those syllable types there. So we always name them after an animal so that they have a quick visual that they can use. To walk you through these quickly, we have our rabbit rule, which is 2 closed syllables. We know that we'll spot and dot each vowel and divide between the consonants. Reptile, tiger, camel, turtle, and lion. Each of these also have a game. So if you click in there, let it load. You'll see that just like with the phonogram games, you'll have an instruction page. This one has a game board, as well as the game cards. Syllable division is really important for your students because, like I said earlier, as they learn the syllable type rules, they're going to be able to decode far longer words, as well as encode far longer words. One of my favorite pieces of a lesson with my students is when they're working through closed syllables. So a syllable where you have one vowel closed in at the end by 1 or more consonants, and the vowel is going to say its short sound. So words like cat, pet, kick, things like that. As we teach this rule, oftentimes they're only getting one syllable words and working through some of those more basic words. When we start to teach them the division rules, I can ask them, do you think you can read a 3-syllable word or spell a 3-syllable word? And some students will say yes, some will say no, but then you can give them the word fantastic. Have them divide it with that rabbit rule where you're spotting the vowels and dividing between the consonants, and immediately you have 3 very short closed syllable chunks: fan, tas, and tick. And you can show them that by using these strategies, either the syllable division or scoop spelling, same process, but you'll just scoop the syllables and then spell one at a time, they're going to be able to use far more advanced words. So that was a quick rundown of our sound symbol knowledge teaching, as well as the syllable division and what's in the membership site. If you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to answer them, as well as add in any resources in here that you might need. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.